All right, everybody, welcome to part 2 of June 11th, I think today is. June 11th. Just wanted to go right into something real quick, and then my boy out, Country Black, is going to chime in on some stuff. One thing I wanted to add, we ended up with what I think, as well as my co-part here, is we don't think the Democratic Party cares too much for the American citizenry.
I know they don't.
One thing you can look at the way they did the withdrawal from Afghanistan, and this is a military thing, but they did not even tell the British and our other allies they were going to do it. That was done on a whim. That's now out there. That's actual fact. And the British were relying upon us to get them out of there. We caught them totally flat-footed, I guess you would say, so to speak. They weren't prepared for that. And even in the beginning, when all that was going on, the Joint Chiefs backed him up, but and I wish they wouldn't. I wish they'd have told the truth. But then after it all, they've come out and said, they told Biden, don't do this and don't give up our air base. Guys, we gave up billions of dollars of equipment, the biggest air base in the world.
It's crazy, man.
Just to make Biden happy because he's an idiot and a fool and deserves death. And people died and civilians died on both sides. It was one of the most, and they did not care. They did not care. There's been people, there still may even be people over there. There's been so many private groups trying to get people out because Biden was like, just get them out. Shut down the air base, close it up. It didn't matter. It was a bird. It didn't matter what was. It was the worst military operation, definitely top 5 ever in this country.
We had that secure.
And it was secure. We gave up Bagram Air Force Base, which now the Chinese or supposedly are involved with. That was like a 25-mile base from side to side, top to bottom, with one of the biggest runways in the world. They could handle any type of aircraft. And we gave it up due to the idiot, because they don't care, guys. They don't care. All they wanted was, Trump like this? Well, let's just get rid of it. What kind of child does that, first of all? Second of all, that shows they gave, there's lack of respect and lack of care for the military and for the NATO alliance that was over there. And that's military. That's contractual. You're talking about not only contracts, but treaties and stuff. The man didn't care. They don't care. They don't care right now. So they don't care. That's where I'm at. That's the way I look at it. Protect yourself. And I'll let Country Black chime in here on some things of what might be coming. This is my big thing. Day of Kings, guys. The 14th. Look it up. This might be coming to a town near you. According to the map, it is. Pretty much cover the United States.
Yeah,
Kick it, Black.
Yes. So since that's been said, also this is going to be very bad because it broke out right here in the dirty South up in Brookhaven. Mm-hmm. You know, it started a peaceful protest. Next thing you know, 3 police cars got destroyed. A few people got arrested. But like I said, it could have escalated to real bad. But like Alabama White said, you never know what's going to happen.
And I heard the mayor on the radio saying the people that they arrested weren't even from Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They was out of state. They was out of state. So
it's
somebody's influencing them.
This. Yep.
Yeah, they it's a fuel. It's somebody pushing the fuel into them.
Yep.
Like you said earlier, if they looking for the biggest and baddest people, yeah, it will be trouble.
Oh yeah, it
we seen. Hey, I seen the map when he just showed me. Mm-hmm. It's all over the United States.
Covered.
And that something like that break out worldwide, that right there declare martial law.
Well, look at Europe. Europe's just no different. Europe is messed up, man. They're what's going on. I like looking at videos on YouTube over in Europe, what's going on, and there's Muslims everywhere. Matter of fact, I watched this thing here in America. This young kid, he was complaining. I can't remember where it was at, and it may have been up in Chicago or something. Like 90% of the graduating class of this college, they were Muslims. This guy was like, it was a black dude.
Yeah.
It may even been from a black guy. He goes, this isn't America.
No.
He's like, look at this. There's Muslims there. This is like Sharia law. And it's on YouTube. Go look it up. He's like, this is ridiculous, guys. This is nothing but Muslims everywhere. Maybe it was in Minnesota. I don't know. But it was. And of course, if you want to be a Muslim, if you want to worship Islam, that's fine. But don't bring your Sharia law here. Okay, yeah. I don't want to listen and be governed by your religious laws.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
country
that's
black,
your
Alabama
law.
white.
That's your law. That's your law, and you keep your shit to yourself.
Yep.
Don't bring it here. Don't try to change nothing. And that's what's going wrong with America right now. You're trying to bring your shit over here. I don't want to hear it. Alabama white don't want to hear it, and I got a whole bunch of other people don't want to hear this bullshit either. So if you want to keep that, you want to do that shit, you take your fucking your protest and all your flag burning, take the shit back home. Nobody want to hear this shit because
Where
I
you
tell you
ran
right
from.
now,
Where
yeah,
you
where you
came
run
from.
from.
Yeah.
You know, if you really cared about something, you should have stayed in your country and took care of your country. Made that legit
right.
pay for you to stay. Don't
right.
come over here to the United States and fucking change shit and think we're gonna fucking follow your rules. I'm not. You'll die by my fucking hands fucking with me. Since that's been said, let me tell you something else. We're gonna make this real quick. When we get back on another topic. If chaos and mayhem do break out, people, listen to me. It's certain places you don't want to go. And number one is the FEMA camp. That's a setup. That's a setup being controlled. And once you get, and I tell you now, once they get you in there, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. They're not gonna let you go. You're not gonna say, hey, I think I'm gonna go back home right now. And I'd rather do that. They're gonna tell you no. Because that's bad. FEMA camps is bad idea. People think, oh, they there to help you. They there to help us, and they gonna give us food and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the first couple of days gonna be nice and fine. Then you was like, oh yeah, I want to go home now, and they gonna tell you no. And you're gonna have 15-foot barbed wire and razor wire fence, and you can be popping up in all these little powdered white tents. That's gonna be all over this field, and you gonna have a little food and water. Then sooner or later, you're gonna lock your asses in there, and then they're gonna come by with a plane or a helicopter and spray chemicals on you motherfuckers, or bird flu, something like that, and let y'all motherfucking ass die. Don't run into no FEMA camps. You're right. You think it sound brutal? I am trying to be brutal. I'm trying to scare you. Just let you know, don't run to FEMA camps. Take care of your own self. Stay in your own house. Get your own water. Stay low key. Protect yourself and your family.
What the government is afraid of. Remember, guys, we the people, ultimately the citizenry of this country, and it was set up this way. And see, that's what the Democratic Party does not like. They like communism. They want to be in control. Notice how all these people that are raising a whole lot of hell, and they didn't take Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez long at all for her to start raising hell.
You know, it's just a matter of time. I knew it was just a matter of time. She is pretty.
She's a pretty girl, yeah.
But she's cuckoo too.
She's all in there. She's all in.
in.
All these people who have money, who don't leave the freaking party. Why don't you go home and be with your family? When you're 80 years old and 70 years old, why don't you leave the family? I know Trump's 78, but he's trying to do something, and he gives his check like to the Park Service every 2 weeks when he gets paid or whatnot. The man doesn't need the money. He's actually trying. But
you can tell. But you can tell by the whole Biden administration when they was in office how terrible they ran this country. Terrible. It's bad. I felt the heat of it. I didn't like it. I like it. A lot of other coworkers and stuff didn't like it either because everybody could see the bullshit. You know, they talking about Joe's okay. I mean, he's cuckoo. He's crazy, and he's gone.
And it sure is funny now how all these people are writing books and they're all admitting now that the dude had dementia and they all covered up for him. But yet they sat there and lied to the American public. And I know people, and they're like, no, he had a stuttering problem. Seriously? Dude didn't have a stutter. The dude was, and bless his heart. I mean, I didn't really like him. I thought he could be a bulldog and stuff, and that was pretty cool. I know he did some, you know, he could be an okay senator from Delaware, but he stayed in there way too long. He was in public service for almost as long as I am alive, and I'm 55. We do not need 50-year-old public service. We don't. You can 20 year, 15 year. That's all you need to do. Yeah. It doesn't need to be a career.
No.
You know, but these guys.
Know, once you serve, that's it. Pack your shit up and get out.
Or even 10 years. 10 years maybe for everybody. Get in and get out. Give the country the best you can. But guys, don't go. Turn the channel. Listen to a radio program. Listen to a podcast. They are actually trying to overthrow this country. I know people don't believe it, but who's out riding in the streets? Illegals with not illegal flags, but flags from other countries. Guys, just be prepared. I hope y'all bought. We've talked about cheap $200 shotguns, baseball bat, golf club.
Got dirty in that dirt.
You know, cheap canned goods in case. Don't go think it can't happen. I live in Philadelphia. It's not going to happen. I'm in Pittsburgh. I'm in Memphis. supposedly every big city around the country on the 14th is going to have an arrangement. So now that's downtown area. Is it going to bleed out into the suburbs? But even if you're in downtown, there's a lot of nice downtown. I look at downtown condos and stuff all the time. I would love to be downtown. So if you're in a downtown condo, no matter if it's Denver or Santa Fe or Albuquerque or again Pittsburgh, Tacoma, we can just keep going with cities. Tampa, Tucson. Hey, this stuff bleeds over. You better make sure you have some water. What if stuff does get bad? What if martial law is imposed? What if power gets cut to a substation or something like that? All of a sudden you're in a 15th story high rise out of 32 and you don't have any water or power. You better have a damn candle and a 38 and some water and some beanie weenies. I mean, we've been talking about this, guys.
I've been telling people I've been doing this for years.
But on this program, a year, let's just say. But we've been talking. There's a guy at work. Remember a guy who used to work with us?
Yeah.
His name starts with a S. Then he's got that Irish last name. Tall guy. And kept saying, "Hey man, have you bought you a shotgun?" No, nothing yet. I think he's got a little baby. You can't. If a baseball bat's all you got, better than nothing. But I'm like, dude,
you got 1 or 2 swings.
Yeah, and then that don't do good against 8 people.
You got people beating at you, dog.
Who we got overrun? Just watch the Alamo.
Yeah. And I tell you, this can get real scary. And I'm taking this very serious because you never know how things can work. Because I've been homeless, been poor, and beanie weenies and stuff. Let's had stock. But I learned my lesson. So once I got good and get on my feet and get my life together, I was gonna make sure I kept food in my house for my family.
Heck yeah.
Because things it doesn't matter. It could be a storm. It could be anything. Power outage, go out for 3 or 4 days, and then what you gonna do? You gotta be able to watch your kids, take care of your kids, and get in the bath and all that. And something, and all these wipes and stuff I bought me a whole thing of Hey Dudes and all types of wipes because they work good.
Oh, yeah.
Since that's been said, we running a little down on time again.
Hang on, we got a second. I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
1992, I drove through Atlanta. Remember the Rodney King riots and how it spread?
Yeah.
I drove through Atlanta. I was in a place, had to get to another place, and drove through it and saw some of that. Okay? Fortunately, I wasn't in a situation that I had to stop or whatever because I almost went down into it. And I actually wanted to go back after I left, and I had several people, one being a black lady, she's like, don't go down in there.
Yeah.
Because that was, But guys, what I saw, and this was downtown Atlanta. Anybody knows downtown Atlanta? I'm talking about by the Omni and all that back then. Things were getting out of control. Things were getting crazy. Not like LA, but my point is, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. It don't matter if it's in a suburb or it's downtown area. Things get out of control quick. You think you're cool. You think you're bad. You start getting surrounded, or you drive through a bad area, get off an exit, and you're surrounded with people like you see on the TV right there. You don't know what's going to happen. People get pumped up. Even these other people who we think are wrong, they start beating on a van's windows or a truck window. They pull you out. It can happen, guys. Pay attention. Pay attention. Keep your ammo dry and your ass down. Isn't that what you say?
That's right. Ammo dry and ass down.
All right. We're 1334 in.
1334 in. We'll be back. We'll see you again. Peace.